The most bizarre real-life moments ever caught on camera. Hello everyone, and welcome to Discovery Fact. Dear viewers, the world around us is filled with mysteries and strange phenomena that, in some cases, even science has yet to fully explain. Some events last only a few brief seconds, yet they leave millions of people around the world astonished when they watch the footage later. If these moments had not been accidentally captured on camera, many people would undoubtedly believe they were nothing more than fabricated stories or the result of Hollywood-style special effects. From rare natural phenomena and creatures appearing in places where no one would ever expect to find them, to unbelievable moments unfolding right in the middle of everyday life. All of these events remind us that our planet still holds countless mysteries waiting to be discovered. What makes these scenes even more remarkable is that they were not staged or planned in advance. They happened unexpectedly, at the exact moment someone happened to be holding a camera or while a security camera was recording. In today's video, we're going to explore some of the strangest and most unbelievable real-life moments ever captured on camera. Each story brings its own surprises and will leave you questioning more than once whether what you're seeing could really have happened. Be sure to watch until the very end so you don't miss a single astonishing moment. More than 60,000 Tibetan antelopes begin their journey together, one of the greatest migrations on Earth. Did you know that in the remote and freezing wilderness of the Tibetan Plateau, an extraordinary natural event takes place every year, one that leaves anyone who witnesses it in awe? That event is the mass migration of tens of thousands of Tibetan antelopes, all setting out at the same time and creating a gigantic movement that stretches across seemingly endless grasslands. This time, aerial footage has revealed a rare and breathtaking spectacle, as more than 60,000 animals appeared together in a journey driven by instinct and the will to survive. From the perspective of a drone, the vast landscape seems to come alive. Herd after herd of antelopes stretches all the way to the horizon, forming enormous living rivers flowing through the heart of the wilderness. The scene is not only visually stunning but also demonstrates the incredible power of the natural world, a place where animals continue to follow survival patterns that have existed for thousands of years. According to researchers, this is the largest herd of Tibetan antelopes recorded since 2013. The appearance of more than 60,000 individuals at the same time has attracted significant attention from the scientific community. Behind what may seem like a simple journey lies a vital stage in the life cycle of one of the most iconic animals of the Tibetan Plateau. Their destination is the Changtang National Nature Reserve, considered the largest protected area for terrestrial wildlife in Asia. This vast region is not only home to a unique ecosystem but also provides ideal conditions for the antelope's breeding season. Every year, when the time is right, herds from different regions travel long distances to gather here. After giving birth and once the young antelopes are strong enough to survive in the harsh environment, the herds begin the long journey back to their original habitats. This cycle repeats year after year like an endless symphony of the wild. What is even more astonishing is that 60,000 animals do not represent the full scale of this migration. Experts estimate that no fewer than 100,000 Tibetan antelopes move into the core area of the Changtang Reserve each year. That means this is not only one of the largest migrations in Asia, but also one of the most spectacular wildlife phenomena anywhere on Earth. As we watch these endless streams of antelopes stretching across the vast landscape, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wonders of nature. It is a journey with no road signs and no maps, yet hundreds of thousands of animals still know exactly where they need to go. And that is what makes the Great Migration of the Tibetan antelope one of the most magnificent displays nature has ever created. Millions of snails cover a picturesque beach. In mid-November 2017, the famous North Beach in St. Petersburg became the center of a strange natural phenomenon when it was suddenly covered by millions of snails. Aerial footage captured an astonishing sight. The vast beach appeared to be blanketed by countless snails, forming a dense layer that looked almost like a field of black stones stretching along the shoreline. According to local residents and visitors, this was a phenomenon that had never been seen before at North Beach. According to Lucy McGinnis, a specialist with the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, the event may have been related to the snails' search for food before they were eventually washed ashore by ocean waves. McGinnis explained that following storms, powerful currents may have carried these marine creatures from shallow water habitats toward the coastline, resulting in their unusually dense concentration on the beach. The extraordinary spectacle transformed the normally picturesque shoreline into a scene unlike anything locals had witnessed before, drawing widespread attention and curiosity from both residents and visitors alike. Strange scene off an Australian beach sends tourists running ashore in fear. On April 22, 2017, a drone video shocked many viewers by capturing an unusual scene off the coast of Australia. The footage, uploaded to YouTube by a user with the nickname Damien Hurley, showed a massive dark patch in the water formed by a large school of mullet frantically fleeing away from the shoreline. The fish appeared to be panicking as they attempted to escape from a predator, possibly a shark. The dramatic sight caused beachgoers at Fingal Bay to rush out of the water and back onto the beach. No one was willing to continue swimming. Authorities even decided to temporarily close the beach to ensure public safety. In addition, patrol teams were assigned to monitor the area daily until further notice. Just 1 week earlier, a visitor named Tony Karadzi, who frequently visited Fingal Bay, had also captured images of a similar shark hunting event. According to Karadzi, schools of mullet are often accompanied by sharks, and the sharks frequently travel in pairs. Then, on the morning of April 24th of the same year, coastal patrol officers spotted 5 gray sharks near the shoreline at approximately 8 a.m. Each shark measured between 5.9 and 7.2 feet in length. The incident occurred shortly after another troubling event in the area. On April 2nd, a male tourist was attacked by a shark at 1 Mile Beach in Port Stephens. The 46-year-old man received treatment for injuries to his leg and calf at a local medical facility before being transferred to John Hunter Hospital in stable condition. It's certainly a frightening situation, isn't it? Seeing unusual events like this unfold in the ocean serves as a reminder that the sea can be unpredictable. Whenever you visit the beach, it's important to remain cautious and follow local safety warnings. The ocean is vast and beautiful, but it can also hide dangers that we may never see coming. Millions of bugs appear so densely they look like a giant carpet. On September 7, 2023, while taking a walk along the Yorkshire coast, local resident Sue Wetherill unexpectedly came across a strange sight. Millions of insects covering the beach so densely that they formed what looked like a living carpet across the sand. The phenomenon was recorded at Caton Bay near Scarborough and quickly attracted attention from local residents as well as social media users. Wetherill recalled, "While exercising along the beach, I thought someone had scattered tiny seeds all over the shoreline. I'd never seen anything like it before. But when I got closer, I realized they weren't seeds at all, they were winged insects." She took photographs and posted them on social media, while many others shared similar images from the same location. According to information provided by the Scarborough and Burniston Coast Guard rescue team, the insects were identified as European chafer beetle. These beetles belong to the scarab beetle family, are reddish-brown in color, and typically feed on plant leaves. Although European chafer beetles were once found primarily in Europe, they have since spread to various parts of North America as well. The unusually large concentration of beetles on the beach was significant enough that the rescue team reported the incident to a coastal pollution response unit for further investigation. European chafer beetles are generally not considered dangerous to humans. However, seeing them appear in such enormous numbers was still deeply unsettling for many people. The sheer scale of the event naturally raised concerns among observers. Some wondered whether it might be a sign of an approaching environmental disturbance or an extreme weather event, such as a powerful storm. While there was no evidence linking the beetle swarm to any impending disaster, the extraordinary sight served as another reminder of how surprising and sometimes unsettling nature can be. The mysterious ship that looked like thousands of snakes crawling across its deck. A mysterious vessel covered in seaweed and marine life, appearing as though thousands of snakes were crawling all over its deck, was discovered along the coast of Washington state. On April 28th, officials from the U.S. Coast Guard found the small boat and suspected that it may have originated in Japan. According to their initial assessment, the vessel could have been swept out to sea by the devastating 2011 tsunami before drifting all the way across the Pacific Ocean and eventually washing ashore in the United States. Some American media outlets even compared this so-called ghost ship to Noah's Ark from the Bible, the legendary vessel said to have preserved life during the Great Flood. Charles Wallace, Deputy Director for Emergency Management at Grays Harbor, Washington, stated that Washington state environmental officials collected samples of the plants and marine organisms found on the vessel for testing. The goal was to determine the region of ocean from which the boat most likely originated. American investigators also visited the Japanese consulate in Seattle to gather information and request cooperation from Japanese authorities in order to determine whether the vessel had indeed come from Japan. At present, investigators are continuing their efforts to establish the ship's exact origin. It is worth noting that several Japanese vessels lost during the 2011 tsunami disaster have previously been discovered in the same region. For that reason, experts believe there is roughly an 80% chance that this mysterious vessel also originated in Japan. However, scientists say that additional research and analysis are still necessary before they can reach a more definitive conclusion regarding the vessel's true origin. The moment a black alien appeared on a beach. When we think about the concept of aliens, most of us immediately imagine strange-looking beings with unusual features, different skin colors, and often a frightening appearance, much like the creatures portrayed in science fiction movies. Because of this, whenever people encounter something with a bizarre or unfamiliar shape, their minds often jump straight to aliens or objects from outer space. Recently, a social media user shared a video showing the moment he came across what appeared to be a terrifying black alien lying motionless on a beach. According to the footage he recorded, the mysterious figure looked incredibly strange when viewed from a distance. Covered entirely in black, it appeared to have a texture similar to the symbiote creature from the popular Hollywood film Venom. It seemed to be sitting motionless with its arms pressed into the sand, while its lower body dragged across the ground as if it were searching for something. Once the camera captured it more clearly, everyone quickly realized that the creature was actually nothing more than a dog that had gotten completely soaked while playing in the water. According to the social media user who posted the footage, the adorable dog's name is Lolita. Because of its long fur, a day of splashing around in the ocean had transformed it into the strange-looking figure that appeared both terrifying and hilarious. As soon as it was uploaded, the video spread rapidly across TikTok and received 27 million likes. In the comment section, viewers were amazed not only by the creature's frightening appearance, but also by the surprising truth behind it. One user commented, "I thought it was a cursed mermaid." Another wrote, "I was absolutely terrified until I found out it was just a dog." One person even said, "I nearly jumped out of my skin when I saw that thing move." When you first watched this video, did you have the same reaction? Honestly, if the camera had never moved closer to reveal the truth, many of us would probably have believed that an alien had actually appeared on the beach. Hundreds of birds suddenly fell from the sky. A mysterious incident in which hundreds of yellow-headed blackbirds suddenly fell from the sky over the city of Cuauhtémoc in northern Mexico was recently captured on camera. Many of the birds died, but experts have not been able to determine the exact cause with certainty. One leading theory is that the flock may have been forced downward by a bird of prey diving in to hunt. Security camera footage shows the migrating birds plunging toward the homes below like a massive dark cloud. While most of the birds managed to fly away again, many did not survive. Their distinctive black and yellow bodies were later found scattered across the streets. Initially, a veterinarian suggested that the incident might have been caused by high levels of pollution resulting from wood-burning heaters, agricultural chemicals, and the region's cold weather conditions. Another possibility was that the birds had been electrocuted while perching on power lines. Some people on social media even speculated that 5G technology was somehow responsible. However, Dr. Richard Broughton, an ecologist at the UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology, offered a different explanation. Although no bird of prey can be seen in the video, he said he was almost certain that a predator was involved. According to Dr. Broughton, a hunting bird may have caused the flock to tighten into a dense formation and spiral downward. Birds higher in the flock could have forced those below them toward the ground, causing them to collide with buildings or crash into the earth. This looks like a predator, such as a falcon, chasing a flock of blackbirds in much the same way it hunts starlings. The birds appear to fall as the entire flock is driven lower and lower. At first, they even resemble a wave, as though they are being pushed downward from above. Dr. Alexander Lees, a senior lecturer in conservation biology at Manchester Metropolitan University, agreed with this interpretation. Based on the available video evidence and without considering the possibility of toxins, he believes the most likely explanation is that the birds clustered together to avoid a predator and ultimately crashed into the ground. There always seems to be a rush to blame environmental pollutants, he explained. But collisions between birds and man-made structures are actually very common. In a large, tightly packed flock, birds tend to follow the movements of the individuals directly in front of them rather than maintaining awareness of the wider environment around them. Because of that, events like this can occasionally occur. Experts pointed to a similar incident involving 225 starlings that died in Anglesey in December 2019. Investigators later concluded that the birds had crashed into a roadway, possibly because they were being pursued by a bird of prey and were unable to pull out of their dive in time. The orca that carried her dead calf across the ocean for 17 days. In 2018, the story of an orca carrying her dead calf across the Pacific Ocean for more than 17 days captured the attention of people around the world. At the time, an orca named Tahlequah gave birth to a calf. Sadly, the newborn survived for only about half an hour. In the days that followed, the grieving mother continued to push and carry the body of her calf through the water, traveling a total distance of approximately 1,000 miles. It was not until the 17th day that she finally let go. The story deeply moved people across the globe and sparked widespread discussion about the emotional lives of animals. For many, it served as powerful evidence that maternal love in the animal kingdom is real. It also reminded us that the bond between a mother and her offspring can be just as profound, touching, and meaningful as the love we see in humans. A rat rings the doorbell and tries to enter a passcode, terrifying the homeowner. On April 22nd, a social media user in Jiangsu, China, uploaded a video that quickly caught people's attention online. The footage shows that in the early hours of the morning, a large rat sneaked into the area covered by a security camera outside an apartment and climbed directly onto the front door. The rat crawled around the door's keypad lock and not only pressed the doorbell but also appeared to be entering an unlock code. Moments later, it jumped down and ran away after hearing the sound of movement from inside the door. The homeowner who posted the video said, "I was so scared that I stayed awake all night." Many social media users jokingly commented that the truly frightening part would have been if the rat had entered the correct passcode. Others joked, "Everyone should remember to lock their doors carefully when leaving home, or thieves might take advantage of the situation." Some users also shared their own frightening experiences involving animals that seemed to be trying to break into their homes. One person wrote, "I once had a soft-shell turtle that I planned to cook. In the middle of the night, it escaped and started scratching at my door. I was so terrified that I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. I honestly thought a burglar was trying to break in." The ship that appeared to be floating in the sky. Recently, tourists and local residents in Thessaloniki were astonished when they witnessed what appeared to be ships hovering above the sea. The massive vessel seemed to be floating in mid-air, seemingly defying the normal laws of physics. However, those who looked more closely could tell that this strange sight was actually an optical illusion. The phenomenon is known as fata morgana, a type of mirage created by differences in air temperature. It is a complex optical illusion that occurs when a layer of warmer air sits above a layer of colder air, causing light to bend as it travels through the atmosphere. By the time the light reaches the observer's eyes, it creates a distorted image, making a ship appear as though it is floating through the sky without touching the surface of the water. Meteorologist David Brain of the BBC also explained that this scientific phenomenon occurs when different temperatures within an area alter the way distant objects appear to the human eye. The phenomenon can occur on land or at sea, in polar regions, or even in deserts. The term fata morgana comes from Italian and refers to Morgan Le Fay, the enchantress from Arthurian legend. According to the legend, she used magic to create visions of castles floating above the sea in order to lure sailors toward them and claim their lives. Meteorological experts further explain that fata morgana mirages are most commonly observed in the Arctic, although they can occasionally appear during winter in the United Kingdom as well, despite being quite rare. What may seem like a ship flying through the sky is actually a fascinating reminder that nature can sometimes create illusions so convincing that they challenge everything we think we know about reality. Massive sinkhole swallowed part of a beach in Australia. In 2015, a giant sinkhole the size of a football field suddenly appeared within minutes at Inskip Point, near Rainbow Beach in Australia. The enormous sinkhole, measuring approximately 460 feet wide and 9 feet deep, forced more than 140 people to evacuate the area. The hole expanded so rapidly that within just a few minutes it swallowed a car, several larger vehicles, and an entire campground. According to witnesses who were at the scene, the sinkhole eventually spread into the MV Beagle campground at the Inskip camping area. It even consumed a vacation cabin valued at $150,000 in less than half an hour. Fortunately, no one was injured or killed in this frightening natural disaster. Many people reported hearing a loud sound similar to a thunderclap just moments before the massive hole suddenly appeared, leaving them shocked and terrified. Police officers and emergency response teams quickly arrived at the scene and immediately began evacuating everyone who was camping in the beach area. The dramatic event stunned both locals and visitors, as the ground seemed to collapse without warning, transforming a peaceful campground into the site of a remarkable natural disaster within a matter of minutes. King cobra trapped inside an iron ring. A king cobra, one of the world's most venomous reptiles, appeared in a video after becoming trapped inside an iron ring. The snake, which was about 3.3 feet long, repeatedly struck at a man whenever he tried to help it. However, instead of leaving the struggling snake to fend for itself, the Indian man decided to rescue it. After several unsuccessful attempts to catch the snake, he finally managed to secure it. He then used a pair of bolt cutters to cut through the metal ring that was trapping the animal. Once the ring was removed, he released the snake back into the wild. It was later learned that the snake had swallowed a toad, causing its stomach to become swollen. As a result, when it attempted to pass through a drainage opening, it became stuck in the iron ring and was unable to free itself. The incident took place in the city of Bhubaneswar, located in the eastern Indian state of Odisha. The king cobra is an extremely venomous snake and is responsible for thousands of snakebite-related deaths in India each year. A bite from a king cobra can cause severe respiratory failure, paralysis, and cardiac collapse. In serious cases, victims may die within a short period of time if they do not receive prompt medical treatment. In addition to India, king cobras can also be found in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. However, king cobras generally do not attack humans unless they feel threatened. Therefore, if you ever encounter one, it is best to move away carefully and quickly before the snake becomes aware of your presence. As you can see, it's hard to believe that all of the incredible scenes we've just watched actually happened in real life and were captured on camera completely by chance. Our world is still filled with countless mysteries, strange phenomena, and astonishing events that humanity has yet to fully understand. And who knows? At this very moment, somewhere on our planet, other unbelievable occurrences may be taking place without anyone there to witness them. What about you? Which moment in this video surprised you the most? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can join us on future adventures of discovery. For now, thank you for watching. Goodbye, and we'll see you in the next video.